Good morning, my beautiful followers. How is everyone doing today? Give me a thumbs up or a love heart shower if you're having an amazing start to your Christmas week. December has definitely flown by this year. It has been like a blink of an eye. I can't believe you're this close to Christmas. You're this close to Christmas, which is in truth one of my favorite holidays. I love Christmas. I'm all decked out in red today with my Christmas energy. So had a really great day yesterday. Yesterday was a freaking amazing day. And it all was energy focused. It was very energy focused. I had one beautiful client that we did some deep work just emotionally. We really dug into some of the things going on with her, and I just felt like we made some true breakthroughs. And the session was just really uplifting by the end. And then I did some awesome energy work. I did this one energy work session yesterday that was like, I was like sweating. It was definitely a beautifully energetic session, and definitely got me in a beautiful space. But that is not what my topic is today. So the last week, I would say definitely the last week, things have come up again and again about war with people around me. People around me keep bringing up this warring energy of politics and needing to war and warring against COVID and how there's going to be riots and all this war energy. And then yesterday I was doing a session. Like I said, I was talking to a beautiful client of mine that I adore, and she brought this internal war up. And that's really my focus for today. And I'm very Abraham Hicks in this belief system of where attention goes, energy flows. And the more we war against anything, the more we're going to pull it into our lives, because we're adding extra resistance. We're adding more and more resistance into our world with this energy of, I'm going to war against this. I'm going to grind into it. I'm really going to get it. I'm really going to, make them understand or have them, I'm going to really fight. I'm going to fight here. And although it's a Christmas season, there's a lot of fighting going on. And in truth, there always is with Christmas energies. As families get together, there's a lot of fights. But I really want to focus today on that war internally, because at the end of the day, if we stop warring internally, then it makes it much easier to bring that energy into our world. And I was just talking to a friend of mine actually a few minutes ago, and he was like, yeah, but how do you war and at the same time get things to change? How do you not war? How do you not go into a sense of war and yet get things to change in your world? You can't ignore. And there's this beautiful thing called contrast. We're always going to have the contrast. We're always going to see the other side. We're always going to see that the glass is half empty, but it's not putting our focus there. There are things with the coronavirus that I don't necessarily agree with. I don't agree with some of the things I'm seeing come out, and some of the things about vaccines and mask wearing and all that. I don't necessarily get on board with it. At the same time, I can witness it and not allow myself to get into this harsh energy, because I know if I get into that energy, I'm not going to make any change. That energy, that warring energy, is just going to pull me down. It's just going to put me in a space where I really truly can't make an impact. And the same thing happens internally. Now, I'm all about doing your inner work. I believe in doing your inner work. I preach doing inner work. Blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't be a coach if I didn't think you should do your work internally. However, most people want to dig at their work. They want to war internally of, I'm going to change this thought pattern. I'm going to fix it. And that's the energy we bring to our internal work. And it's this energy of truly stepping in and thinking that we're going to beat it out of us. Beat the thought, beat the belief out of us. And what ends up happening is when we war against anything, but especially our internal world, we just cement it more into our world. Hey, everybody jumping on. Hi, Bart. I see a couple other people on. But once we start to focus our attention on these things we don't like within self, we just get more and more things that we don't like within self. And so you might say, okay, that's great, Addison, but I know that I have a belief I need to change. I know I have some thoughts I need to change. I know there are things in my world I do want to step into. About this time of year with resolutions, everyone's like, I'm going to force myself to work out. I'm going to force myself to eat right. And at some level, there is a holding self accountable of going and really looking and going, okay, like I want to make this change for self. I really do. So I need to have some accountability. However, if you're going at it from a, like, I'm going to do this for myself. Like, I love myself enough to do this. It's a different energy than I'm going to make myself do it. I'm going to force myself to do this. And especially when we're thinking, when it's thoughts and feelings, we can't control those. And when we can really go back and think again. But the fact is, our energy really creates those thoughts and feelings, our energy. So if we're in a high vibe place, we're not having low vibe thoughts. And so it is about focusing your energy. It's about not warring against your energy, but going, I'm going to find what feels better. I'm going to find the feel good here. I'm going to lean over here. And you can still see your thoughts and beliefs, and you can make a game out of it. It's how you're doing it. It's where you're being called, so you can see a belief and be like, that's a funny belief. Like, I don't act like, I don't really want to believe that. And moving on with it versus, I had that belief. Again, I'm back here having this stupid belief that I want to get rid of. Guess what? You're going to get that belief more. You're going to get that feeling more. You're going to get that thought more. And so it is not about fighting against it. It's about seeing it, but seeing it from a witnessing standpoint and like curiosity and kind of laughing at yourself, going about your inner work from more of a positive energy of like, well, that's funny. I see that I need to work on that. That's silly. Like, that's a silly thought. That's a silly belief system. And there are times that I will go, okay, like, even myself, I can really get into my Virgo nature and be like, I'm going to fix this internally. Well, first of all, there's nothing to fix. There's nothing to fix. And I always have to remind myself, there's nothing to fix here. I'm perfect just the way I am. There's nothing to fix. There's only expansion to be had. So only expansion to be had here. And so there are times, even myself, I have to really be like, okay, we're warring against our thoughts. And when we war against our thoughts, we just get more negative energy. We get more resistance towards those thoughts. Instead of going about it from, I see that. Really step into your witness. Really just step into your witness. Now, there's going to be contrast. And what ends up happening is people, whether it's internal world or external world, we want to step into war with that contrast. Instead of being like, that's contrast. That's not really what I want to manifest more of. So where can I lean in to manifest more of what I'm desiring? Where can I tell the universe, this is where I want to go? I truly believe this is why a year of COVID and shutdowns and mask wearing, and I actually traveled more. I did more in my world this year than I've done in past years. It's because, not that I ignored it, I knew what was happening. But I didn't really I didn't give it all my energy. I really focused in on the positives in my world and the love, the connection, the things I could do, the travel I could have, instead of all the things I couldn't do, all the things that were holding me back. Well, focusing in instead on the ways that I really was expanding and that really was growing. This has been one of my most expansive years. It really has, especially internally. But it's because I was going out about my change from a curiosity standpoint, a witness standpoint, not fighting against it. And so as we're going into this new year, I want you to take the war off the plate. Stop fucking warring. Stop warring. And if you want to war, go for it. But I am going to suggest you stop warring. Stop warring with your external world of, well, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to let them know. I'm going to prove myself right or wrong or whatever. Whatever, man. Let them know that they're wrong here. I'm going to fight. Now, there's a point where we go, I'm going to stand in my truth here. I'm going to step into an energy of just me being with myself and not swaying with boundaries. That's a truth thing. It's a truth thing. You can do that. But if you find yourself getting into this, like, I must stick my feet in the sand here energy, check yourself. Are you truly warring? Are you warring? And do you really think that's going to get you what you want? From an energetic law of attraction standpoint, the more you war, the less likely you're going to get what you truly desire. You're just going to get more of that warring energy because the universe is going to be like, oh, girl, you like to war. Here's more. Here's more things to fight against. Here's more resistance because you obviously like resistance. So instead, refocus yourself on the things that are more fluid, the things you don't have to war against. The thing internally, externally, it doesn't matter. Stop the war. Stop the war. Allow yourself to truly get into more flow and witnessing instead of the fight, especially in your internal world. We don't need to beat ourselves up to make progress. We can hold ourselves accountable. That's a thing, but you don't have to beat yourself up. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's actually going to just lower your vibration. Lower that vibration. And when you find yourself with all the crazy going on in the world warring, check yourself. And then today is a special day of energy change. So really, I want you to take some time today my whole live stream was not about the solstice and all the planetary alignments and all of the beautiful energies that are actually coming in today. But make sure you're taking some time to manifest today. Really put your positive intention out there. Write it in as it already is. Put where do you want to go? Visualize it, feel it, experience it. Because when you do that, you're going to pull in this beautiful energy, which is not warring energy. You're going to pull in this beautiful high vibe energy and make the changes that you're desiring in your life. And hopefully gain some clarity. So anyway, outside of that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. If you want to work with me one-on-one, if you want to check out one of my events coming up, go to addisonbell.net. Other than that, grab that fire within, guys. Grab that fire within. We only have a few more weeks left of the year, and let's start on a positive note. Let's start on a positive note with us expanding, with us really growing ourselves and dropping this war energy. So, all right, guys, I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed.